So these are the two questions that made me see photography very much differently. And so the first one was actually, who actually inspired me to pick up a camera? So for example right now of who actually made me to do photography or maybe film, very much it was just mainly myself and the way I want to actually create my own sort of style of, like, say for example of like if you were my age and you played like Legos as a kid sort of thing, you pretty much got inspired by movies to create your own little battlefield sort of things and do like those. I can't really explain very much greatly of those, but I think many people can really relate in terms of, you know, playing Lego and having these little battlefields go sort of thing like that. But like with the photography part of things, the main thing was just to literally, you know, at first I just wanted to get really good at it, and then the person who actually made me be inspired a lot more was literally Peter McKinnon and North Borders would be the main two, but mainly Peter McKinnon, as I got to learn a lot more about, you know, why he took photos, and that made me realize why I want to take my photos very much deeply. And it's still the exact same reason today, is to literally just try and, at the moment, for my main thing was just to recreate movie scenes and turn them into my own little personal like life stories, if they are a bit more relatable in my sense. But if they're not, then I'll try and relate it towards you guys instead. But Peter McKinnon was the main person that got me like really into photography, was the main thing, and that's what, that way I can actually really try to, you know, get better at the craft. And with the film part of it, when I was younger, it was mainly just movies and horror films. When me and my friends used to just go towards each other's houses and just film on our iPhones or even iPads even, which was quite funny, I'll say that. But anyways, that's the first question, and that's actually how I got inspired to actually pick up the camera. The second question is, what challenge is standing in your way? In terms of the starting point, I'll go towards all the way to the beginning, but the challenge that was standing in my way when I was starting would be very much the camera settings and very much the technical side of things, which I've said a lot in previous videos. I'll definitely be saying that with terms of camera settings, in terms of like Photoshop, still another thing that I'm still trying to overcome, which I will be using a lot more for my newer preset in terms of the photos of the the before and after, obviously. But the main challenge is, from that start point, was just camera settings and stuff. But the main thing right now, the challenge that I'm currently facing at the moment, is just to be able to, I guess, being able to make a preset that's not just a preset. It's something that I would want to just craft into something that can actually help photographers and help, you know, people to get into the craft, rather than just having a preset and just trying to sell it and be really like just another person who just sells fucking presets. I'm like, I know, I don't want to be like that. I want to be a person who, you know, sells presets, but in a different way that is a lot more powerful and a bit more meaningful. So in that way, people don't just think of me of just a photographer; they think of me as a human being. In that sense, like, I want to be able to be that person, because I am a human being, and I do like photography, but I do have other things that I do like to share, and this is my own personal brand, and, you know, all those kind of things. But I think the main challenge is just literally just to try to, you know, obviously try and make a preset that's not just another preset, and that won't be forgotten, obviously. But in terms of my other, besides the preset, I would say locations is probably the main thing, as I do have a car, but I don't have my license, so that's probably another thing. I have to go by public transport. So I'm probably gonna say location and transport is my current challenge. Definitely in the past was like a bit of burnout, or either a bit of like taking the same photos every now and then I'll try to, you know, make something up and then I don't like it, or either I'll try to do different styles of photography and I try and like explore a lot more, so in that way I'm not just doing the exact same photos over and over again. Like, the main thing is, I think most photographers need to get into is literally like music photography, because you get to see a whole lot of people having fun, and then you're taking photos of that fun, and plus you get to hear great music, but also wear earplugs, because I did not wear earplugs because I'm an idiot. I didn't even know, because when I was looking through some photographers, taking photos on a concert, and they're wearing earplugs. I'm thinking like, what are those blue things? And I saw they were earplugs. I'm like, I probably should have, you know, actually put them in so that my ears don't go deaf. But they didn't go deaf. They're not deaf right now. But yeah, that'll probably be another good thing to really get into, is just like music photography for those who are just starting out, because you get where you get more networking connection. Anyways, let's get, you know, back into the actual meaning of the video, because I can talk for a long period of time. So those are the challenges that I have faced over the years of a photographer. But right now, I think with the preset, try not to make it just a preset, and also just location and just don't use public transport as much. But I am getting my license in a month and a half or so. So yeah. But also another challenge I did face a lot when I was just starting was literally comparing myself towards others, which I think I've talked about a whole bunch on this channel, because comparing yourself is the thief of joy, is my, not my saying, but it's definitely one for sure because you compare yourself towards others who are winning, like say for example you're just starting out, and you're looking at others who have the successful YouTube channel, successful Instagram, and they're making money out of their presets, if you look at those, and then you go like, okay, how do I get to that? But most people like to go to this direction. They instantly go to this envy pathway, and they go, I don't like them because they're making money, so therefore I'm going to be feeling like this, and then they go, ooh, and they go complain. So, but the main thing is just don't get envy because others are winning. Try to be in their position. Well, not trying to be in their position, but trying to be in a position that is similar to them, but the way you want to do it, if that makes any sense. Here's another thing I've been looking through, but also in terms of in my own mind as well. If you can name the challenge, then you can face it. Like, say for example, if you have like a little like urge to do a habit, for example, of like you going on your phone and scrolling. Most of the time, you want to be able to actually name that bad habit and call it like the craving or the urge and stuff. And then once you get into that thing, well, once you get into that, not into the habit, but like you're about to do it and you go, well, then I'm not supposed to be doing this. Let's just put the phone down because I don't want to be in that craving moment. So you're craving that a little bit. I don't know if that's the worst or the best advice I've ever given in my life, but but also I think to literally do the best, but I also think is to literally journal the things that is challenging, so then that way you can actually get clarity throughout the day to day, and also try to do like at least 3 to 4 things at a time when you're trying to do, you know, all those certain things, because I do struggle a little bit with trying to do what I actually need to do, or either I completely utterly forgot. So I'll be one person for not to give you productivity, you know, advice as I used to do, but I am struggling a little bit. I'll say a little bit, maybe like this much, I don't know. But either way, I think for most people I suggest to really write those down in terms of the challenges that I faced, but also the way I got inspired to do photography, because that's probably very similar to 80% of you that do photography or videography or film and cinematography, all those kind of things. I think I'm a cinematographer. I don't really know what to call myself these days, but yeah. One thing I want to leave you with is that photography isn't just something that you just point at, shoot at, and use lenses and stuff. It's about why you actually shoot the photos that you want to create. Like, make them a lot more meaningful than the photos that you shoot. For example, for me, I make them meaningful because they portray into my story and how I relate to that character and that story. And that way, it makes the whole entire process of storytelling in my photos a whole lot more easier, rather than the photos I used to take, which is pretty photos. And then they're pretty. Like, I can print them and probably sell them, which I might do in the future, but for now, I'm recreating movie scenes and then making them into storytelling bits, you know, as you've all seen on my Instagram. If you have not seen my Instagram, it is photography Hesh. And also, if you do need help in terms of presets and all sorts, and also this video is sponsored by me, so if you do need help in terms of making your presets and also help in photography, all the links of my products and stuff is down in the description below as well, because this video is sponsored by me. It's not sponsored by Squarespace, it's not sponsored by Lightroom, Adobe, or Canon, whatever. I wish, probably in the future, but the first sponsor I haven't gotten was myself. Yes! That'll be all but the videos for today, and if you like and you subscribe, you might actually get a present for Christmas. But if you don't like and subscribe, then you won't get a present for Christmas.